Hi there, welcome back to Dukescopy TV and another technical analysis of the markets. Joining me once again is Jean-Francois Owczarczak from Fingraphs and MJT. Welcome back, Jean-Francois.
Hi, Sinead.
So let's start off by looking at equities. What can you show me?
Okay. Well, we've had the non-farm payrolls last Friday, and they kind of came out more positively than expected. And so the market made a breakout above the consolidation period in which it had been over the last few weeks. So we're going to have a look at it, but first let me present our mosaics this week, an hourly mosaic. We have a euro-dollar cable, a euro-Swiss gold, dollar-Swiss, dollar-yen, Brent oil, and the S&P futures. So we'll go into it first. And the market tells us here potential resume uptrend in a consolidation period. Now, the investor's view here is meant to give a perspective on a weekly chart over the next few quarters, on a daily chart over the next few months, and on an hourly chart over the next few weeks. So first of all, on the weekly chart over the next few quarters, we're still heading up. There's a bull here. And we still have possible targets above 2200 up to 2400. We must caveat these a bit. They are impulsive two targets, so they are most aggressive targets. So they're a bit tentative, but at the moment, we would consider them over the next few quarters. Now, the daily is in a consolidation period, if you can see the gray projection here. And it is, we cannot confirm yet that this consolidation period is finished, meaning that there would still be more potential in price and time over the next few months, or pretty much it has been going for about a month, so the next few weeks. Now on the daily, within this consolidation period, we can see that the daily projections are back into a green and are back to an impulsive uptrend. So theoretically, the breakout that we had on Friday, which has had a bit of a pullback since, has ignited an impulsive move up. And so in this respect, we would expect this breakout to be confirmed and to continue to the upside with a possible target above 2100. So to summarize, still potential over the long term, in a consolidation phase over the daily, and moving out of this consolidation phase on the hourly.
So you touched on the NFP results last week. So this week's also very political. We have G20 Monday and Tuesday, and then Eurogroup on Wednesday. So what effect are these going to have on currencies?
Well, it's hard to say, but there's always something happening around the G20, and a few days after that we realize that big moves often happen. The Eurogroup is also probably going to be interesting with everything that's happening on Greece at the moment. So we'll have a look at currencies, and let's go back to our mosaic. And first of all, the euro-dollar. So this is also an investor's view, so the perspective over the next few quarters, months and weeks. At the moment, we're in a potential intermediate bottom in a downtrend, meaning that the longer-term trend and the medium-term trend are in a bear trend, and the short-term trend is at a bull. Now, if we look at the weekly chart here, we could see that our impulsive down, we've reached a upper boundary about 116, but we could still justify to make it down to 106 over the next few quarters. And so there's more potential, and the move doesn't seem finished yet. On a daily basis, it's also still a negative. We've reached our impulsive two targets, so we are quite exhausted in this move, but by definition, we're still on a bear and it's not over yet. So we don't expect a huge sell-off just right now, but we cannot confirm a larger reversal than what we have seen over the last few weeks. Now, if we look at the hourly has been consolidating up. It's only a correction. It hasn't made it above our corrective targets around 115.51. So it remained just a correction, and it's labeled done. So the trend is moving back to a downside. Hasn't confirmed a downtrend yet, but the correction up seems to be over. So still potential down over the next few quarters. Still down over the next few months, but the potential is pretty much exhausted, so we can see some work around these levels, and the consolidation up that we had seen over the last few weeks seems to be over, and we're heading down again.
Finally, let's talk gold. What can you tell me?
Okay, on gold, let's go back to the mosaic. So gold is interesting because the trends are very differentiated. If you look at a longer term weekly trend, it has been in a downtrend for the better part of 2 years almost. And it is theoretically still moving lower over the next few quarters. We'd have targets between 986 and 1198. So if you take an average here, you're around 1050. That would be a target over the next few quarters. And for now, you do have some exaggeration on the risk index and on the envelopes, but the trend is still pointing down. Now, the daily had been correcting up in a correction, which did ignite impulsive targets here around 1328 and 1385. And in theory, should be still heading up towards those levels. That said, the hourly now brings a contradiction. It went through our corrective target, and just to maybe go back a bit and show you how that happened. If you look here, it was in a correction down. Correction down usually stops in the gray zone. If it makes it below the gray zone, so here between below 1247, it turns impulsive. And that is the kind of trailing stops we use against the larger trend, which is here the daily. So what actually happened, and back to now, is that we were just moving very close to those corrective targets and made it through last Friday. And so now we've ignited an impulsive move down. And this impulsive move down could bring us back to the low 1200s. So in this respect, we do have to turn neutral on the daily and the hourly because they're in contradiction at the moment. And this, in the scope of a long-term weekly downtrend, would give us again a negative bias on gold over the next few weeks.
As always, it's been great speaking with you, Jean-Francois. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much.
That's all from Jean-Francois and myself for now. Thanks for tuning in, and remember to keep clicking back. Bye for now.